Hey you guys, Amber here. We're going to be going over a new Bible journaling entry with acrylic paints and heat embossing with distressed oxide, so let's jump right in. I am doing a new devotion by Shanna Noel that's called 100 Days of Prayer, and it's a devotional journal. I'm on day 2, and so I am journaling my page out today, and I was just going to share it with you guys. I'm going to start out by getting all my paints out. I'm using just cheap apple barrel paint, and this is the colors that I've used in order. It is Laguna, Cameo Pink, Bright Magenta, and Kelly Green. Here I'm just using a dry brush to have strokes that are kind of inconsistent, and then I'm going to come in with a smaller brush and I'm going to fill in some of these blanks with Laguna. There's really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing here. I just kind of do it where I feel like it needs something, and I'll start adding in and incorporating these other colors as you see. Okay, to save you some time, we're going to speed up the remainder of this for a moment. Next, I'm wanting to add some paint splatters to this in black. So I'm going to take some just cheap apple barrel black paint. I'm going to water it down just slightly. You want it to be liquidy. And then we'll take our paintbrush over and I just tap the back side of it because it gives you a little bit more control over your paint splashes. Now, to save me some time, I'm going to bring a heat gun in to dry all my paint so I can move on to the next step. Now, one of my favorite parts of Bible journaling is I love to hand letter. So I typically am going to incorporate some sort of hand lettering within every entry that I do. One of the things that I always suggest is to start out with a pencil, write out your design so that you can decide if the layout is proper before making it permanent with a Tombow pen or whatever pen you choose to use. I'm personally using a Tombow brush pen. Now I'm going to dry it so that I can go in and erase any pencil marks that are showing. Now it's time to heat emboss using distressed oxides. As always, I will add a full supply list and colors that I use in the description below. Here I'm using clear alpha letters as well as an acrylic block to get my lettering straight. One of the things I love about clear stamps and using them on acrylic blocks is that I can see exactly where my letters are going to stamp. For me, that's a big deal because I am not very talented when it comes to rubber stamps. My letters are everywhere, and while occasionally I do use rubber stamps, it's just a little more difficult for me to line everything up. Now I'm just putting the ink from the distressed oxide onto it, and I'm going to stamp them down on the piece of paper. Next, I'm going to take my clear embossing powder and pour it out over where I just stamped. When you heat emboss with clear, the color of the Tim Holtz Distressed Oxides is going to show through. It kind of gives it a little more of a shine, which you'll see here, but I love the way it looks. Now I'm going to finish out my lettering for the remainder of my verse. Again, you're going to see that I've penciled everything out and I'm filling it in with the Tombow pen. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to add just a few final touches with stickers, outline my verse, add a few doodles, and we are going to call it complete. Romans 2:11 says, "For God does not show favoritism." If you haven't picked up her new book, 100 Days of Prayer, a devotional journal, I would highly suggest that. I'm going to link it in the description below. If you've enjoyed this or if you've learned something from this, leave me a comment. Let me know. Find me on social media. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at Created Journey. And if you would like to see more tutorials like this one, Don't forget to like and subscribe.